Yo, yo, motherfucker, Beto. I'm still wearing my glasses. Can't be fucked taking them off.
My nose is too like a 2-second dust.
But yeah, space is so good. My computer can't handle the rendering. Well, I did watch a movie last night. People shouting it because they wanted a Batman movie. They wanted a Man of Steel sequel. They wanted all these things. And like one of the first ever superhero movies to be directed by a woman. Blah blah blah. And that, ladies and gentlemen, talking about Wonder Woman. I've had this one for a long while. I think I watched it on DVD once. And I watched it on my iPad. I think just before or just after Justice League came out. It was one of them. Because I saw Justice League in cinemas. I should have two versions of Snyder Cut down there. And Justice League. Because I got Snyder Cut for DVD and Snyder Cut for which is okay. But this movie, when this came out, I was like, they're releasing a movie the same year they're doing a crossover. It's almost like they're forcing a hero in our gullet, basically. But it worked. Like, they needed Wonder Woman to have a backstory. We had Batman's backstory and Superman's backstory. We just needed basically Flashes and Aquaman's and Cyborgs, and that's what we got in Justice League. Then Aquaman came out afterwards. And this was like, I was annoyed because like coming out the same year as a crossover movie. Then like, because this was 2017, the next year, that next 2 years the next 2 years they did something like that in Marvel. Like, sure, Black Panther was in Civil War, but in 2018 they released Black Panther. Then he was in Avengers Infinity War the same year. I remember people talking about it. They're releasing a Black Panther movie now. Then they're doing Infinity War. Like, I want to go back to the days with those are the like people talking about everyone. Like everyone was talking about Infinity War and Endgame. Like non-Marvel fans. Never mind. Then the next year after they did the same thing with Captain Marvel. Then a bit later, fucking Endgame came out. I was like, the fuck? It's crazy. But when I first heard of this movie, I didn't, honestly, small brain me was like, I don't want to watch a fucking Wonder Woman movie. I didn't care about Wonder Woman. She was barely in Batman v Superman, and she should have a very stagnant role in Justice League. But then she's basically essentially Black Widow of the Justice League verse. Tony Stark is Batman, obviously, kind of mixed with Nick Fury, but this is regarded at the point it was the best DC movie they released, and to be fair, there's only 3. So you got Man of Steel, which people didn't appreciate, but it's a fucking phenomenal movie. Batman v Superman is too overbearing. Ultimate Edition explains a lot of shit. It's a decent movie though. Suicide Squad, it's an alright movie. It jumps everywhere. Now we have Wonder Woman, and that's still the best out of the 4. and even for a while, it was regarded as still like it needs to be. If it's gonna be a good movie, it needs to match the levels of this movie, if not better. And so far, they've only done that with maybe Shazam. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Aquaman, definitely. Joker's not even a part of it, so no. And yeah, and the new Suicide Squad movie. It's like, it's crazy. And I read a comment about this in Moist Critical's Moist Meter video of this, that it's basically Captain America with the ending of Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. And I'm like, holy shit, that's so fucking right. That's so right, like, because Captain America, 1 is about a very super soldier basically helping them fight the war, and he comes to the future. And Wonder Woman, basically the same thing. However, I think it's regarded as the First World War, like the war to end all wars. And so there's some parallels, like Captain America has his flying commandos. Oh, Highstrung. Headstrong. They had this in here as well. Like Chris Pine is basically Bucky, because spoiler alert, they both die. Then they magically reappear in the sequel. It's Howling Commandos, not flying. Then like 3 other people: Chief, Charlie, and some other dude. And this is a phenomenal movie. Like it's legit a godlike being in the middle of a human war. That's like you can't imagine what that would look like. But then this movie delivers it. Like, just with her bracelet, she can deflect bullets. Like, and she can jump like buildings. Technically, I don't know if this Wonder Woman can fly, but she can fly. Then we find out that instead of it being Zeus's, molded by her mother and Zeus gave life, it's actually Zeus's daughter. Therefore, she is a god amongst men. Steve Trevor, Chris Pine, love his portrayal. Also, his secretary is played by is the British versions of The Office's Pam. The same person. Like, holy shit. Because I remember reading that when I watched the British Office, sometime last year. I was like, the fuck? Who's she in that? Then I realized the secretary. Then I watched it now. I was like, that's not her. Fuck. It's either she gained weight or like makeup heavy. But if I could plug into my Moist Meter, I will give this movie, it's a solid 7, maybe 8 out of 10 movie. It's fucking phenomenal. Like, legit, every time they release a DC movie, like, unlike the Marvel movies, because like basically every single one besides a few are amazing and good movies. Every movie after this was like, if it's not as good as Wonder Woman, people weren't gonna like it. And the only other movie to actually match its oomphiness is, I think, Aquaman, because people were excited for Jason Momoa, and the promotional things were shitty. The fucking poster was horrid, had like stock photos and footage, like, and then in the trailer you got these 2 massive great whites. I'm like, what the fuck? And there's no great white in an aquarium enclosure that has a fucking massive glass pane. Because great whites are dumb. They would literally hit the fucking thing. I think Shazam's the one of the only ones I've seen. Like, Shazam onwards, besides Aquaman, I haven't seen. Like, I'm excited for Joker. I haven't seen Joker at all. I only know some plot details, but I haven't seen it. And I don't know when that movie was released. All I know is it was released 2019, I think, or 2018. I need to look that up. Because I want to watch this in the release date of these orders, like there hasn't been any Marvel movies besides the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 and X-Men franchise that were released alongside the MCU. But then DC done it. Oh, and including Fantastic Four. Or Fantastic. They did it with 2 movies this time. The Joker, which was like always going to be its own thing regardless. But the Batman, that was initially Batflick's movie. But then he dropped out of director, then he dropped out of being playing the movie whatsoever, but then they still wanted a Batman movie, so they hired Matt Reeves to direct it, then he casted Robert Pattinson, then that's history. Like, I don't think that would have... Like, it's crazy to think the Batman, which is not even part of the DCEU verse, because you can't say the DCU. That's just Detective Comics universe. This makes sense. Extended universe. Like, it's crazy to think that it was meant to be. It was still a Batman movie regardless, but it was originally going to be in the DCU. But then it's not. It's like them announcing let's say a character we know and love that's already in the MCU, like maybe let's say, for the fuck of it, someone that was introduced in another movie, Black Panther, right? Introduced in Civil War and it's gonna be in Infinity War, right? It's like him being in Civil War. They announced a movie. Chadwick Boseman's gonna be in it. Blah 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 blah. But then things happened. But they still wanted to make a Black Panther movie. But then they pushed it to be its own unique thing. That's what the Batman felt like. Why am I talking about Batman? I'm just fucking meant to be talking about Wonder Woman, but I like, to a certain degree, this is my favorite DC EU movie. It's a war movie. There's war horror, there's body horror, there's not a lot of body horror. It's from afar, like limbs being cut off, but it's the aftermath, blah blah blah, explosions. But then it like comes to a point, like it's when in Themyscira, that feels fantasy. But then when it's in the war, that feels fucking real. But then there's the shift when Ares comes out. It's like, oh shit, this isn't just a war movie. This is fucking, like, imagine you're fighting on the Western Front in on fucking in the war. Then you follow one of your leaders, your rebellious leaders, to take down a site. Then you see what, like, you saw some crazy things due to this woman you just met. You can basically fly. But then the things that she was worried about are real, and Ares was one of your commanders. Ares, the god of war. Like, that's fucking crazy. That's so fucking crazy. Like, it's surreal. Like, it feels so real, but then it comes to a point like, oh shit, this is so real that even if it existed, it still feels real, you know? Like, like Captain America, the Winter Soldier, like legit, the early MCU felt like it could happen. Legit, Iron Man, possible. Serum, super soldier serum, possible. Black Widow, Archer, easily possible. A god, a potential god, Norse god, being alive, that could be real. Asgard could exist, you know. Um, Hulk, maybe not so much. But then people are regarding that maybe Hulk is the perfect super soldier. Like if you could put him in control, he's basically undefeated. The more angry he is, the stronger he gets. But Gal Gadot, she doesn't put on an accent for this movie. I mean, she softens her natural accent a bit, but I don't like. She does look like she looks good as Wonder Woman, and Diana Prince. It's crazy to think when they were introducing. It was like, how the hell is her name gonna be Prince? And it was like, my name's Diana. Princess. Then she gets cut off and it's like, yeah, Diana Prince. It's Diana Prince. But But then there's so many media things that have Wonder Woman as to have an American accent. Like if they're from Themyscira, the Amazonian warrior, who are immortal, who just live in harmony. Don't know how they can procreate, and what happens if one of them dies? So what happens? Do they just like? Because there's a shit ton of them that die. Like, what happens? Do more Amazons appear? I don't get it. What the fuck happens? But this is a fucking amazing movie. Like, if you go into this movie thinking it's just gonna be like you're in Themyscira, fucking someone like Cheetah shows up, or someone like those folks show up, you'll be in for a shock. That's what happened to me. I was like, oh shit, this is a fucking war movie with superhero elements to it. Like the closest thing in MCU besides Captain America 1 that was like this had to have been Captain America 2, which talked about like espionage and like Public Enemy and all that shit. Like, it's like, even though this is like could be considered weaker to some MCU movies, it's still a fucking amazing movie. Like, sure, you need to know like the events of Batman v Superman in order to understand why the fuck Bruce Wayne's there and blah blah blah. But it's crazy that they got the photo taken, and the photo was in Batman v Superman, and in this movie, every single people in that photo are basically major side characters. Like, do these actors like I noticed Chris Pine when I saw the photo. But I was like, did they have were they already shooting the movie alongside Batman v Superman? Let me look this shit up. Did they shoot Wonder Woman alongside BVS? How they shot that Wonder Woman and Batman v Superman crossover photo. The photo was taken on an unfinished set before any scenes had been shot for Wonder Woman. The idea for the scene surrounding the photo came to be while the cast and crew were shooting the photograph. For Batman v Superman, the image plays such a powerful role in the film, it's hard to imagine the scene didn't previously exist. So they shot this scene, that picture, in an unfinished set, but then they recreated the photo. I mean, sure, the photo that's in both movies are the same photo. Has to be. But then the way they shot the scene. Yeah, I don't like how both Wonder Woman movies are set before BVS and Justice League. Like shit that was referenced in the Justice League movie. Like, because they were talking about Steve Trevor, and like, could they even reference like 1984? Is that what it's maybe Wonder Woman 1984? I don't know. Anyways, let me actually start playing this fucking game. I'm sorry that I'm basically procrastinating. Fuck, I'm playing video games, but I want to talk about this movie. That's my review. I like this movie. It's one of the few movies that I've seen in this that are actually really good. Sure, majority of them have been DC and DC and Marvel movies. Because I've seen majority of the Marvel movies anyway, due to me being a fucking space is so cool. I read that he recreated the song for Part 2 in Space, but I haven't seen In Space Part 2. I haven't seen it. It's unfortunate. Because it was released like a week and a bit ago. Released like the 4th, and today's like the 11th. It's crazy. Do I have to put like the Venom movies, or even the Deadpool movies, or even the X-Men movies as part of the franchise of the MCU? Is like X-Men regarded as the first MCU movie? Because, spoiler alert, Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier is in both, basically all the X-Men movies, and now Doctor Strange. Sure, it was fucking crazy to see John Krasinski as the titular Major being that is Mr. Fantastic. Like the major fan cast that everyone was rooting for. Sure, that it was extremely sick to see, but what if it was Johan Grufford? That would have been crazy. So Jessica Alba would be like the only one to not reprise her role, because she didn't like shooting the movies. Didn't Bryan Singer do one of them? Space is so cool. Oh, so cool. There's something at the back of my throat. I don't know what it is. So maybe it's like a nail. I only taste it when I drink or feel it. Oh yeah, fun fact. My teacher tested positive, meaning that the remaining of the class, so basically the entire week, is going to be online. That's crazy. It's crazy, crazy. And the fucking bullshit thing is that she was basically over my face on Friday. I was like, the fuck? You tested positive, and like the last time I saw you, your shoots in my face. Like, oh my god. So that's the closest time that I've ever gotten COVID. Ever. Sure, no, I've been in contact with some people who've had COVID, but not anyone who was about to get COVID, you know? Friday I saw her. Monday she took a test. Tuesday class was online, but I was still on campus. Wednesday at home. Like, fuck. So, what the fuck? Oh, hey, it's Neil, but that's fucked, bro. Like, do you know how fucked that is? It's actually fucked. Space is so cool. Oh, my computer can't handle the rendering. Oh my god, bro. How am I meant to, like, play this game without my studs? What the fuck? It's on regardless? Oh yeah. Let me turn it down. By the way, if you're saying anything, I can't see it because my chat's fucked. Space is so cool. Oh, computer can't handle the rendering. I'm gonna put my glasses away because I've never. Piccolo to die. Oh my god, stop thinking that my fucking stream ended, iPad. You know, I watched Tommy Unit's Wired autocomplete interview yesterday, and he said he did exactly the same thing that I've been doing, which is watching your streams, such videos with another account. And he said he did that until he hit 100,000. I'm like, what the fuck? 100,000? You still did it when you were at nearly 100,000 subscribers? A lot of people stop doing that after they have consecutive viewers. Like, I stopped doing that for YouTube at least, because like it's only one measly view. Like, it doesn't boost anything unless you actually like it and spam comment in it. Because contrary to popular belief, spam commenting actually boosts the video's presence. Because the more comments a video has, the more engagement a video has. And that's why I'm urging people that watch my fucking videos to do said thing. 29 fucking minutes for 29. Yo, Piccolo, you seeing this shit? crazy. Beach should be crazy. Why do they like their fucking music? Oh my god, it's 144p and I can't fucking view it. That's fucked. That's actually fucked. Sim, do you bleed? Like, is this actually how big he is? In Dark Knight Returns, or like... Oh, I thought he'd be able to fly. Isn't Blight like pestilence or something like that from the future?
Hey, you finished the story, huh? Guess you're about ready to hang up your cape and call it a night then, right? Wrong. Don't forget about all that free play stuff you can do.
Yeah, Conan. Listen to Conan, baby. It's a level called Space Suits You, sir. Wonder Girl, nice.
Hey everybody, it's Brian with Happy Thumbs Gaming. Today we're checking out Level 3 Space Suits. You serve free play for LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. We're going to get all the collectibles, including all the remaining gold bricks we didn't get on our first run through. And as you can see, there's 4 or 5, which means we didn't get the true hero requirement on the first time, but this time we will because we got our 2 times multiplier red brick. Speaking of red bricks, I'm sure you noticed the little notation off to the left-hand side there. You do actually need either the mini character's red brick or you need the atom in order to complete this next free play level all the way. So we're going to run all the way, as you can see here, to our red brick purchaser. And at any point during the beginning of the game, you actually have the rights to buy this mini character's red brick. So
The fuck? Can we? I don't fucking know that. That's epic. We can actually do that? Sick. That's fucking sick. I don't see the difference between Dark Knight Batman and Right. Oh, Brainy I can't find this game. That's sad.
Trophies! Trophies as far as the eye can see. Trophies of all shapes and sizes. Are your trophies in here? Because I actually don't.
Unlimited fuel, fuck yeah. Let's see how fast Flash is.
What a perfect predicament.
It's fun. Come on.
For 100K, go ahead and buy it. And basically, that's all we're gonna need. It's easier than getting the atom. The atom is found in a later level. So just real quick, we'll show you what happens here. It's basically the equivalent to the atom's special ability, but it makes us all go small. Yay! So we're gonna go ahead and jump right in and get rolling out to the control room. So let's do this. So go ahead and select space suits you. Sir. I guess I have that noted wrong. I'm trying to pause it wrong. But anyways, you know the drill. Let's go ahead and choose Batman or whoever you want and get rolling out. Alright, so if you're new to Happy Thumb's Lego walkthroughs for free play, you will want to know that down in the video description we have quick links to all of the different collectibles that you'll find in these videos. So if you're looking for just character to
Just got a teeny weeny favor to ask.
I have friends, while Batman has the suit.
Put your something. Go scroll through. Get your way. Alright, off to the left-hand side where we just started out, we're going to go ahead and use Robin in his magnetic suit to pull the first of 3 magnetic boxes. Now, we're going to skip a lot of the level, at least for now, just so we can take care of these all in one little clump. You guys don't have to do it this way, but, you know, I would if I were you. And that's why I did it this way. We will also make note at this point in the beginning of this video that you do not need any special characters for this level, but we do recommend that you have completed the story mode. I've done nothing more than complete the story and earn Plastic Man, who was not part of the story, but you had to do in order to progress with the story. So, alright, Booyaka Show. All 3 magnetic boxes have been unlocked, and we're going to go ahead and switch on over to Superman and use our heat ray. Go ahead and melt. Now that's I don't know why we didn't just carve out the edges and have a whole hole. It's a lot easier, especially for what we're about to do. Now we can build this up into some sort of backup maneuver, but we can't use it just yet, nor do we want to. see the twinkle twinkle little star along with the backs. So that gives us a good indication that we're going to need to use our sensor suit. So flip around into the sensor suit and scan. Not only will you find that there are some Robin holes in the wall there, but you're also going to find a plastic man hole grate, whatever you want to call it. Slide on through and make it on behind the wall. See, if we would have just cut the whole thing out, we wouldn't have needed to do that. Now, I don't know why they selected circle to be the button you slide through and circle the button. Used to pick up, or I guess it'd be B and B, but you have to be careful about where you're aiming that to pick that up. So once you get the cowl, once what it is, a mask, go ahead and make your way right back to the very beginning, right where we started with that first metallic box, and then we'll go ahead and give it to our good buddy Batman. What's up there, little dude? Hey, look what I got for you, sir.
That's amazing!
So as a reward, he's going to give us the character token. Quick little side note, I actually had to play this level twice because I didn't grab the character token. He gave it to me and I ran off. I saw blue stuff and I went for it. I never came back. So I got all the way to the very end and realized I only had 2 of the 3. So I had to literally go all the way back and start over. And so I did that. I erased my save data. And went through so I could get them all in one nice clean pass for you guys. It all flows. Alright, I don't know why it skipped that first one. No, I targeted the right one first and it just like totally ignored it. But anyways, make your way up to the next little platform here, and there are some explodable bricks. And we're gonna go ahead and take out the silver and the pounders out. Pounders just being the normal ones. And we'll go ahead and go above and take out all these silver just because we got the suit out, right? And this is actually part of the story progression right here, which we need to do in order to advance into the next room. So we're gonna build that up. Like I said, we had the suit, the right suit out, so we went ahead and used it. We're gonna go back over here, and I shouldn't have switched yet. I should have switched on into Batman's sonar suit, so my bad on that one. But switch on over to that and oh, alright, got them all. Especially thanks to my sound effects, right? And what that's going to do is not only allow us to use the little Robin Hobbit hole, but we're also going to be able to pick up those red, yellow, and green hazard bricks. So let's go ahead and throw our little box through the door. Alright, he's on the other side now. Go ahead and try to pick up as many studs as possible because we want that multiplier. We're able to forward the next one up, so we have to wait. But now, we use the terminal as it was indicated. Oh, hey, what's up there, Damien? Shout out to Damien for messaging me. What's up? He was inviting me to come play Lego. Awfully nice of him. That share play feature for the PlayStation is nice. So I haven't tried it yet, but it sounds like we're going to be able to play games that would normally be cooperative in-house, but not online. So. Switch to the hazards. You also might have noticed that there's a giant bridge here now. Somehow I managed to miss it, even though it's right in front of me. So watch out for that step, it's a doozy. But over on the right-hand side of this, you might remember there's a control panel. We need to use our moves. The hazard station box, I don't know, I still don't know if those are. I even made a note, went and looked, I still couldn't find the legitimate name. Dougie just calls them the hazard suit station. So that's what we'll call it. And we're gonna switch on over to Batman and pull out our see what we get. And it's not turkey call. I know it sounds an awful lot like Turkey Dynasty over here, but it's not. We do have quite a few of these hazard bricks though now, so we're gonna stuff them all up like it's a and there are a couple more, so make sure you smash and grab everything as you'll see here in a minute. We actually fall too short from filling this up twice. The first time is going to be the related part, which will give us the old lawnmower, the upside down lawnmower, which is really not, it's actually kind of just looks like a lawnmower. But once we get that out, we're going to need to smash and grab and make sure that we find all 25 actually. Now there are some more bricks up above us, like if you are totally stuck, you cannot find any more, you can switch on to a flying character, fly up to the top level where we got that first, or the second magnetic box, and there are a couple scattered up there that won't be needed for anything else. So, as I struggle automatically here to suit out. I finally get it. I just throw one of those last two, and we're gonna move on over and run over to these characters. There we go. There we go. Fill it up. Fill it up. Fill it up. All right. Once we get them all in there, it will kick out a mini kit, and all we have to do is go snag it. So we're gonna continue with this now. We're gonna switch on over into our security suit. I guess it's called scanner suit. Scanner. Go ahead and go up top, and we'll get this 3D wall with our X-ray vision. And once we get all that flowing, there's gonna drop a lever, and we're gonna actually you need to pull that in order to progress with the story. So make sure that you pull the lever down. And this is the part of the story where it fills up with a little bit more gas. And hopefully you don't have anybody nearby, because we have to fill up with gas. Oh wait, not that kind of gas? Alright, my bad. My bad. Alright, so once we get that in there, it gives us this nice little overview of places we've already been. So that's so kind of this game. Oh, but look at that. There's a spot off on the far right that we have not yet been to. But let's go ahead and finish up the rest of the story-related stuff. Right, folks, so we don't have to go back at the end and do all that. So go ahead and do this. Now, hey, as I mentioned before, we do have a trophy achievement guide on our website, HappyThumbsGaming.com. And all of the individual trophies, collectibles, everything is described in tag. Along with the videos. And like I said, check that out at HappyThumbsGaming.com. If you're specifically watching these videos and you've already forgotten or maybe you scanned through and missed the beginning, you can actually skip through collectible by collectible down below. So if you're tired of hearing my nasally drone go crazy and I'm just just go ahead and click the links down below, click that mute button, see what the collectibles are, move on, and hopefully click that like button as a thank you for being so methodical. Hopefully you guys will find them in a nice, easy to find order. Speaking of which, so we got the story stuff caught up. You can see mini kit number 3 is now labeled on the bottom right hand side, or bottom left hand side of your screen. And in the bottom right hand corner, we find this gold destroy the blue item, whatever it is, and build those bricks up that will reveal a lantern pad. Go ahead and use the Green Lantern to build up this crazy little rocket ship. And it's going to take off with its rockets floating behind it and impact on the top up here, whoosh out, and leaves behind a mini kit for us. That was mighty nice. I can appreciate a rocket ship that leaves behind a mini kit. What it had to eat to create that, but probably wasn't very comfortable. That was processing. Alright, enough of those types of jokes. We'll move on now. We're back over on the right-hand side, and we're going to go ahead and use Batman's scan to see if there are some silver bricks in here. So at that point, we can pull out the old rocket, the demo, power suit, whatever you want to call it, and blow up those bricks. Switch back on over to Robin, and go to this illumination suit, which will allow you to blow up that security cavern. And now that we got it all lit up, we'll go out on this Moon Ranger. Dig it up. So I got a little button happy here, and I drove too far, and I gotta rewind my digging. There we go. Same thing happens on this next one too. I'm just so anxious to get done with this that no, just a little. See, this one I drove right by, and then I got a funny angle on it. All right, there we go. Wait, one of these days, yeah. All right, after you get all 4 of these dug up, you will be able to drive back on over. And I don't think you need to do this prior to getting the next collectible, which happens to be a mini kit. But we recommend it just because it gets it out of the way. It's something you need to do. Hooray! Now, there's a stud in there. We're not going to let a blue stud go on. So make sure you fill up your illumination suit. Immediately switch to Plastic Man. Don't run over there and go through the, then switch. Switch immediately to save as much of that charge as possible. Go through. switch on over to Robin and. Let there be light! Yep. Alright, so there we go. We're gonna light it up by tapping the circle or B button. Objects up top, so we're going to smash them all. Now we know we have an object to build here, so we're going to run around, grab as many studs as possible. And we're also turning off our light because we don't want it to go out on us, because here in a second, we're going to need to see to go inside. So we flip it right back on. I know your mom or dad's probably yelling at you, don't flip that light switch. But you know what, in this case we have to. Sorry, Mom. And once you get that, go ahead and slip right on through and back on over, and then basically now all we have to do is finish out the story-related garbage. I shouldn't say garbage. Jargon. There we go. And by doing that, we actually have to go up to the top. And with Robin, pull out your techno suit and activate the terminal, which you don't do with your little robo guy. You do with your fingertips, which is really scary. I'm sure he's popular with the ladies. Our way all the way. So now there's a key thing to know here. There are 3 waves of numbers, or 3 numbers you have to crack, and you have to do this first. I actually went in the wrong order. I should have got the other one first. First one second one third, but I ended up getting them a little bit wrong. So run all the way over and flip these switches. Do not go and bust the little number that's at the bottom of your screen you'll see in a minute. Do this first. As soon as you bust that number and crack that first code number up there, it actually takes us away. We cannot do this, so it's important that you do it right away, or you'll have to come back another day. How about that? All right, so we got them all. We got the character token, and now we are free to make our way back down through the Tron maze all the way around. And go smack that number. There it is. So yeah, like I said, don't hit this number before getting that character token, otherwise you'll have to do it again. Alright, now we're in stage 2, so this is another one of those moments that there's actually quite a bit of time in between collectibles. So if you want to use the links down below, the next one is going to be, looks like minikit number 5. So minikit number 5, click it and move along. Or hang out there. You know, you can watch this. How many times do you think it's going to take me to get across this pool? I'll give you one hint. It's 1. Wasn't really a hint. that was actually the answer, wasn't it? My bad. But yeah, it's all about timing here. You just wait for the wave to start, and you just write it like you would when you're surfing. You didn't know that, did you? I know how to surf. I'm not good at it, but I know how to do it. All right, the third number is now cracked. Access to the conveyor belt that on, and we're gonna try that out. I like how it's Batman passes. Genius. These guys and their creativity. And once the other conveyor belt is done, we'll bring in another one. So good. I love this part. This is really fun. All you gotta do is take out, looks like what, 55, 60 of those teeth. So basically, we're going to dentistry school. I'm not certifying any paperwork, so please don't ask. But I did speed this up quite a bit as well, because those bullets were coming out fast, and I think you guys in the private system. So you can see they're
guess I need to use one of my bonus.
The second little ledge there. Run out on it, you'll find Normal Stud and Uzi and a minigun, so it pays off. Then you run back around, and actually not back around, you run straight back in, and you'll find a couple more studs, including another purple and another blue. So now, what we should have done right off the bat is taken out this gold satellite that happens to be rotating around here with Adam West on it. And I'm looking for it right now, but I was too far in, so I had to pull out a little bit. Something I don't recommend, but in the rotating around here with Adam West on it. And I'm looking for it right now, but I was too far in, so I had to pull out a little bit. Normally something I don't recommend, but in this case I am. So we'll go ahead and get that up there and zap it with your heat ray, and Adam will thank you, and you'll get the check mark, and then we can move on with the rest of the level. So next we're going to take out a handful of boxes. It's the mini kit number 7. There are 5 of these purple boxes scattered around. 2 of them are actually going to happen before you use your magnetic ability to stop and destroy this circulating piece of machinery. So we've got both of them now. And making our way up and around, and we found a fire pit, and we're gonna go just beyond it. And once we do that, we actually find number 4. Now we can go right back on the other side of this little crashed rocket area, and we will find the 5th one to give us mini kit number 7. Alright, don't forget to jump up and grab it. Let's be like earlier when I forgot that character. Alright, now using Superman and his freeze breath, we'll go ahead and put out the fires. I don't know, maybe he just has such horrible breath and just the flames. I don't know. Whatever it is, put it out and then smash and grab the mini kit that's provided there. And then we have to go do some boring story stuff. It's not really that boring. Look at that, that's us. That's me. I'm doing that. I just slammed that down. Uh-oh, this isn't good. Alright, what we need to do here is take out that bar that is right there on the side of the rocket. Watch out though, it's quite shockingly build the flash pad, which you can actually switch to flash for Superman. That was be a master builder too. So get your on, and then we can go ahead and super launch. This is like the world's biggest rubber band gun, and I'm gonna be the popsicle stick that you would normally launch across the room or the gym for school. All right, look at that. That was nice that we can cut out a cutscene there. And as soon as we get inside here, we see this purple bouncing box and lots of collectibles in this world. So we're gonna grab that one right off the bat. There's one that comes floating in from the lower left. We'll take that guy out. There's 2 up on the upper left ledge. we start to fly to the right-hand side, you should see the final one kind of float in up from the middle left side. I have a hard time saying up. So anyways, I'll go back to get education soon. When I go back over to the left-hand side here, I will need to switch into Brainiac because he can shrink these down. So I guess Brainiac also doubles as Rick Moranis, which we kind of figured out in the story. And if you don't know who Rick Moranis is, he was the guy behind Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movies, or one of the main stars, I should say, behind. Here's where you're gonna need that mini characters turned on. So good thing you had that from before, right? And to the end, go ahead and drop down. Now that you're super small, get in there, push those mini kit pieces down, and you can shower and we'll drop some more pieces for you to take out. And although it would have been hilarious for us to finish this level with the mini characters on, we are going to turn it off. And I thought for sure it would like remove Brainiac from that tube or bust the tube or something. But nope, he stays small and he's stuck in the tube, which we will get him out in a little bit. So I apologize for this this total I don't know, this ambush here with all these guys jumping on me. We are going to get up there, build that mini kit, and complete that one officially. which will wrap up all 10 of the mini-kits. Oh, to the end. And now, we'll go ahead and smash the last of the bad guys, give us a multiplier for doing so. And, oh, one more teeth. He's too chattery for me. Alright, so we'll eventually take him out, and then we'll use our magnetic ability to pull down this lever, which gives us a gold ball. And now we can go ahead and carve out yet another bad zone here that will give us a bunch of breaks. But if you're patient enough, you can blast the rest of the wall with your key vision, and it will allow you access to the third and final character token. So this is the point where I realized I didn't get that first character token. And I had to go all the way back and do all of it. You know what I did? And I did that for you guys. Awesome. I'm tooting my own horn a little bit. I'm sorry. It was a lot of work, I won't lie. I mean, it's straight up 45 minutes by the timer's up. It is sped up in this video, so there's certainly some time saved there, but or at least for you guys. Oh, look at that! I get stuck over on the side. I was trying to get that purple stud flip around there, and if you didn't notice, I did flip a switch over on the right-hand side, and it did drop some bricks on me. So now I just need to build those bricks up. So here I am, stuck. I'm like, oh, looks like I could just punch that. You know, and sure enough, kids. Drop down, but be careful. And make your way all the way over. Yeah, you will probably want to switch to a flying character to get there. And because I have to get into a plastic man crate, I'll go ahead and fly as plastic man. And build this up. Now that it's all built up, we'll go ahead and slip all through to the other side. This is a cool animation. That's a UFO right there. Here we go. He brings it back. That is not an unfamiliar sight. I'm familiar with that. So the red brick is now ours. That happens to be the 6 times multiplier. And now I will fly. I am not going away without getting that purple stud. As you can see, I got it. So hey, if you guys are here for the collectible, we have gotten all of that. All that's left is some story stuff. You are okay to go ahead and save and exit right now. That might be nice if you're in a hurry and you want to move on. If you like getting studs and like finishing the level, feel free to do that. And that's what we're going to do right now. As you know, I already mentioned, we are a little shy of buying the 4 times multiplier right now. So we're going to go ahead and try to build as many studs as possible and finish this level out for any of those of you out there who did not watch our story video and are
Okay, I'm smashing. It's not an obvious fucking Doctor Who reference. It's a red one. TARDIS is fucking blue, dickhead. Why do people think it's a red TARDIS? It's a fucking phone booth, you dickheads. Yeah, phone booths aren't a thing anymore since everyone has one of these. And to an extent, they're free for some people.
Help stop your sore throat before it stops you with Betadine from Chemist Warehouse. The ready-to-use antibacterial formula kills bacteria fast. Betadine ready-to-use.
Cool. I doesn't know that my back of my throat feels fucking weird. It's not like I need a cough, it's just that it's really uncomfortable. Like it's usually it's like at like my uvula or back there, but it's like there's like this weird lump. It's almost like I ate like something sharp and it stabbed me. Space station, incense station. Station mission.
Happy David. Quick show. Hey everybody, it's Brian with Happy Gaming. Today we're checking out level 4 Space Station Infestation Free Play for Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. So you can see down below, we do get the true hero requirement of
had enough
155.
yet?
And how do you know that? Well, the gold bricks are going to be the dead giveaway. And as you can see too, they have all the other collectibles listed, so... You're here for that stuff, you're in the right place. Right off the bat, we're going to go ahead and queue up our back computer and find Space Station Infestation. That's
along like a
mouthful, to say
watchtower
the
on
least.
fire.
And we're going to select our character of choice, which ours happens to be Batman. And we're going to get a few words from Mr. Firefly here, who is just kind of a little pest that we're going to swat out of the way here. So we'll go to in a second. But yeah, with my name, I'm just going to go ahead and get my smash and grab. Truth be told, as you can see on top, I did not get the true hero status in the story. So that was a big deal for me, and I was kind of stressing out because I wasn't sure if I was going to get it or not. I only had the 2 times multiplier bracket this time. And again, I didn't want to have to go back and replay any of these levels get that at the end. So I was kind of sweating it for a minute, but in the end, I proved to get that true hero bonus in. Now, you may have noticed already that there are a couple of floating boxes, one on either side of the walkway, on the left and right. And what is going on with those? Well, we'll get to those in just a second. But first, let's go ahead and switch on over to Robin and use his magnetic suit to go ahead and pull open these doors. He's having a little bit of a connectivity issue. Turn it off and on again to get it to work. And yeah, go ahead and pick a flying character to get up there. It looks like there's some stuff up there I missed. Might get those too. I could have had maybe a point left over there. Alright, it looks like there's some up high over on this side too. Totally messed those, don't I? My stud finder was turned off. Alright, we took out the second floating box, and there are going to be 4 more of those in the next area where we fight the boss up above. So you can kill these guys, smash things, or you can just run the middle and do the old master build, which will give you a nice blue token gun, a Super Soaker 10 million. Well, that's a lot, right? Never seen anything bigger than like a 500, but this baby is built to last. And to last. That's what we're gonna go ahead and do. I think I figured it out this time. Last time I had troubles in the story where I just kind of accidentally took out Firefly, and it seems as though as long as you can put out his fire and then attack him, it seems to take it away. I still don't know for sure, but just be patient and keep swishing and swashing, and you'll take out this guy eventually.
You ruined them.
What you do is gonna drop a bunch of studs, and you're probably gonna be anxious to get out and collect those. I wouldn't just yet. I would actually put out the rest of the fire so that when you get out, you can actually just use your grab hook. Let's see, I was too antsy and jumped out a little prematurely here, so I'm gonna have to hop back into this bad boy and douse it down.
Neither.
I won't be extinguished so easily. Oh no! Stop it! It's not my bath night! Oh!
You know this
now we have
kid
access
has
to this
flaws.
whole new area up here. And unfortunately, for some reason, I don't know why, but and maybe I'm just wrong, I don't know, but I couldn't get there on the right-hand side. I couldn't fly over, and there's only one little area to put out fires on the left, so we went to the left. As you can see, there's a couple of floating boxes in the very...
You're not going anywhere! You're not going anywhere!
I already mentioned, we only need 4, so we're still working on that. If you notice the labeling down the bottom left-hand corner, still thinking, look, I'm trying so hard and failing. You'd think you'd be able to fly right over there, especially being Superman, right? I was a little confused. I was like, okay, what do I do? Alright then. So what we'll do is we'll move on over to the left-hand side and put out these fires. Not only is it cold-blooded stanky breath, too. Put out the fire for show. Alright, now, up in the air. Let's see what we got. Oh, here we go. 5, 6, and come on, last one. Let's do it. Bam. Alright, so there's the first mini kit.
I got you now.
And we can see there's a mini kit floating down the backside there. Go ahead and get to that. Watch out for these little joker boxes. They're everywhere. And if you open them, a bunch of little teeth come out and start biting your ankles. So
You're not going
unless you like dealing
anywhere.
with ankle biters, I suggest you leave those alone. And of course, you get plenty of studdage for taking them out, especially in rapid succession too, because you get that stud multiplier on top of the multiplier. Alright, so we're gonna need the take those in. And go ahead and pull that out, and beep bubble beep it, and then we'll drop that mini kit out the hatch up above. Kind of reminds me of Lanky Town downtown. It's not like that anymore, but it used to be. Shoes would come flying through the old air curtain tubes. It's pretty cool. Alright, so now we got that mini kit. I promised that we would get the one outside and the back here, so we're gonna make our way over to the right-hand side. It's kind of hard to see right now, but there is a little rabbit hole. And again, rabbit is short for Robin Hobbit hole. So you can send your little control Robin. And as I destroy this next console right there, it kind of reveals itself in the back, making it a lot easier to see. Watch out for those ankle biters. Alright, oh, here comes another one. A loose ankle biter. We're gonna send our guy through though, and outside we're gonna just steer him right on over that mini kit. It's pretty simple stuff. Once you find the hole, it's usually easy going from there. Alright. We got kind of stuck there on that little thing, and we're gonna make our way all the way back around. And once we get back up front, you're gonna see that there are a couple baddies still floating around. We need to take them out, and then we will continue taking out Cheetah. And eventually you have to take out these gold things too. I'm gonna hit that right now. There's some. And there she goes. She goes up top to her little cheetah nest. Choo 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 choo. And see, I almost missed it up. Alright, we'll melt it out, and once we get it all melted, she's gonna drop down and attack us some more. We're gonna go on a little stud run again. Like I said, I was a little worried about the fact that I wasn't gonna get enough studs, even though I went and
You're
checked.
not going anywhere.
I knew that I would have enough, but I was still worried. So back up front, kick that guy in the teeth. Oh, and then go ahead and attack Cheetah in normal fashion, except for there's some mounting bricks here too. So build those up right quick. What is it? What is it? We don't need that. We don't need the reflective shielding. That's for Wonder Woman in the story mode. We've got heat ray coming
I'll
from
make you
Superman,
pay
so
for that.
we're good to go. Take out all these guys. Hopefully you'll get them in quick style so you can get them little fires. And look at that. We have taken her out, and we have moved right into the other room. Now, I did take out a cutscene, so.
You're not going anywhere.
Now in the new room, over to the right-hand side, there's going to be a couple of pretty sweet items you might want to pay attention to. First being this magnetic little, I don't know if it looks like a tube or something, or a table. It's one of those little cool folding table, life hack tables. What's up? Or one of those coolers you pack around. It opens up and it's got like a disco show inside. Anyways, open it up with magnetic suit, and bam, we got that mini kit. Now over here in the back right corner, you saw this guy in the story mode as well. And we can mind control him and flip open that switch. Once we get inside, heat up that gold, melt it down, and booyaka show. There you go. Mini kit number 5. Well, not quite halfway, but we're doing good. Hey, we do have a minute right now in between collectibles, and I'd like to take this time and mention that we do have quick links down below in the video description. So if you're here, let's say you're looking for a character token, or maybe you just need to know where that red brick is for this level, use the quick links down below to get what you need to, get in and out, and move on to the next one. That's what we're here for, to help out in a quick, efficient manner. And based off your guys' feedback, we've come up with some pretty good methods, and we believe that that is a good one for everyone. And if you need them all, just watch the video. Or, hey, if you're in a hurry, you can speed through too. Sometimes there's these moments that, like, it takes a while to get to those. If you don't want to see me go hamster style with Robin and do all this story-related stuff, click that link. Otherwise, let it all sink in. You can see we got some stunts we can fire. And you know I won't pass up some losies. Mess up some losies. Mess up anything against the losies too. Any computer terminals that keep knocking me off. There's a couple floating in the air there, and hey, this is something I didn't know until right now. Did you know that Superman is strong enough that he can actually move at once? It makes sense, but I didn't know. He doesn't. You don't have to switch to a big guy here. You can just actually use Superman and then use his heat ray. Look how convenient that was. That's awesome. All right, there is one last thing that we need to get before we leave this room too. So if you are skipping ahead or whatnot, make sure that you do take out a couple of white caution posters that are in here. There's only 2 right here, and you're going to want to make sure you grab those. You may have accidentally grabbed them already when targeting a stud muffining it up. Speaking of studs, we'll take those. And now we're back. We're basically ready to... side and then fly all the way over to the right side. So we're gonna confuse you. That's what we're doing. And eventually we'll switch over to Brainiac, and we're gonna go for that character token number 2. So he's got a little shrink ray. Remember, he's Brainiac, aka Rick Moranis. Honey, I shrunk the rocket ship. Out of that rocket ship, you're gonna get a character token. So I guess it was worth it. Actually, but you're gonna get it.
I've been watching you, Costume Crusader, and I have to say, I don't think you've been tapping into your full potential. No, not at all. We need to up the ante, raise the stakes, sweeten the pot. Prove to me that you're worthy of the title superhero.
Over to Brainiac, and we're gonna go for that character token number 2, right side. So we're gonna confuse you. That's what we're doing. And eventually we'll switch over to Brainiac, and we're gonna go for that character token number 2. So he's got a little shrink ray. Remember, he's Brainiac, aka Rick Moranis. Honey, I shrunk the rocket ship. Out of that rocket ship, you're gonna.
That's Flash. Nice.
So I guess it was worth it. Actually, you're gonna get a silver box that we have to unlock. It reveals the character token. It's like Christmas or your birthday when you got that present. It was inside a present. It was inside a present. You unlocked inside the box, inside the box, inside the box. Yeah, those are always fun. Anywho, blow up the silver box with Batman or Cyborg, or you've got some multiple choices there to decide on. And fly up in there with Superman or whoever you choose to. And there is a power station right there. We're going to come right back to that in just a minute. It has to do with Mr. Batmite. That's right, you haven't seen him yet. He seems to be making an appearance on every single level. We're going to go ahead and see what's cracking with Batmite. Ooh, he's been watching us, huh? I don't know if I like that. I'd like to disagree with that. I think we have to do our full potential. You're gonna sweet a little hot. I don't know if I like the sounds of that. Alright, so here we are back over here by this electricity like I already said that we will be back for. Go ahead and juice it up here. And then we're just gonna drop right back down onto the ground in the middle. I'm sure you guys remember in the story mode, there was this little charge panel here. We didn't know what to do with it. So we knew it would be a free play item, but there you go. We exactly what this time it opens up. I don't know what that is. It's like some sort of like bat gauntlet or something. Bat sword. I don't know. Something. Bat gauntlet. You're missing one. B-A-T. B-E-A-T. That was terrible. You can tell I was not a male cheerleader going through high school. Alright, here we go. We gave him the whimsical gadget that
Willing to slay
is mine.
the delectable
Awesome
drama,
for us. We
the
actually got
whimsical
the
gadgets,
third
the
character
dubious
token.
but comfortingly familiar sound effects.
Now, just a minute ago on the way over to the electricity panel, I'm sure you saw literally the Robin and the spin the rim hooks up there. But the minikit floating around, illuminating the wall. It's kind of hard to miss because it's like bright white on that dark grayish brownish color. So we'll go ahead and swoop that up for number 7. pass up a blue, but I didn't want to bore you guys, and I already had the true hero, so it wasn't a necessity. So now we're gonna hop into some of the story play stuff. So we're gonna have to plow through, take out a few bad guys, use the suit, build the lamp, cut through the gold, do a bunch of stuff. So if that is stuff that you do not want to watch or hang out for, we don't blame you. Put the quick links down below. The next one's actually gonna be for Adam Weston Apparel. So if you want to go ahead and slide on down and click that button, that would be quite alright with us. Otherwise, pull out somebody with a heat ray and then expose old Solomon Grundy's little wall here. Look at that. See, Superman can punch the big walls too. I was unaware of that. However, one thing he cannot do is wrestle with Solomon Grundy. So I try and I try and I try and I'm not able to do it. And I even switched to Killer Croc. And then what the heck? It switches me to Cyborg Giant Suit. What? So definitely finding some weird little hiccups, I guess we would say. That's alright though. We're not mad at you. As long as we're able to 100% this game, we will not complain. Alright, so over on the right hand side, we did use our scan to go ahead and reveal the silver wall. We pulled the silver wall, took two bricks, build the bricks, pump it up, and Killer Croc will go ahead and make his appearance. And then you're gonna have to go with the big guy again. Superman will not work. And then we'll go ahead and slide on in to the next area after we fight Grundy Bear!
Booyah! Now to find Croc.
He must be here somewhere. I can smell him.
Some of the characters so fucking loud.
Don't be such a spoiled brat. Let's see who's behind door number 1.
So here we go. It's Joker time. Why? I still I like purple. My favorite color. It's a little excessive here. Alright, so a few guys come popping at you right off the bat. I don't want to worry too much about them. We're taking them out. As you may have noticed over here on the left, there is a plastic man crate on the wall. And we can't get through it, so where are we going to find it? Maybe you remember from the earlier time you were here in the story, and there was a crate off to the front left side, and boy, isn't that great. So go ahead and slip on into that. And once you do, we're going to actually,
You haven't noticed
we're gonna wish in one hand and want in the other, and I guess that's the thing. There's an old saying, but it was a little imperfect, so I tried to modify it. But what I was trying to get at is look at them tease us with that stud over there. It's clearly a bluesy, and they know how I feel about blues, and they're just gonna leave it there and put an imaginary wall. Get out of here. Might have something to do with that green force field, because we do come back here later. It's kind of an area. Yeah, it might have something to do with that. So you might be able to get it at that point, but for right now, I'm bummed out because that's a bluesy right in my face and I can't get it. But if you didn't really figure out what was going on here, we did build up those green lantern bricks and use Green Lantern to suck up Mr. Out of West. But it happened and it's done, so we're moving on. And we're gonna make our way
Thank you,
all
citizen.
the way around the
Time to
back,
hit
right
the
hand
beach.
side.
Better take some
And
shiny
once we get over here, you're gonna see this little mind control station.
case.
And oh, sorry, not a mic. It's just a switch. It's a mic control station. At another time when you have to do this in the other end. It is a switch. We're gonna need to be very, very sneaky. So put on your sensor suit and make yourself disappear. Which way did it go? Where did it go? Once you are able to flip the switch, do so, and then it will turn the security scanner off. Reveal a plastic man. Great. And that's actually still bad. It's not great. And it'll plow open this little hole in the wall. I'm trying to fly through here. But guess what? No go. So just drop into your normal form and slide in there for a bunch of studs and the red brick, which happens to be the 8-time stud multiplier. So if you can afford it, that's awesome because you are going to get some serious studage. But now, we've got a couple more mini kits we're going to grab. And there are a bunch of these pesky little dudes out here bothering us. But over on the far right-hand side, there is there's a terminal behind that Joker box right there. And we can't see it right now, so we're a little confused because we were looking for a terminal on the right-hand side via our trophy achievement guide, which can be found on our website at happythumbsgaming.com. There should be a trophy achievement guide button up top and on the middle there, and that actually is the headliner right now, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. But if you're watching this at a later date, you might find it up there. Now, so we give on the right for now. We dropped down in this little middle area. We used Robin and his which is totally appropriate because look at this place. It's like a rave up in y'all. And so we opened the door, we grabbed the mini kit, and then we fell back down there again like a noob. So, but now over on the left-hand side, there is this magnetic door. You may remember or may have noticed when we ran in here. This is a little tricky, I won't lie, and I did do an edit here because there's this ladder inside this room. You can see I keep landing on the ladder, and I'm confused because I'm not comprehending that I'm on a ladder. I'm like, why can't I thought I was on like a lower ledge or something that was preventing me from going in there. You saw a little bit of a break right there. I figured it out. For some reason, I switched into Batman, and guess what? It works. And I drop in there, I grab mini kit number 9, and that was so rewarding once I got that one. I was starting to think I was glitched out or something maybe too. Now we know we need his suit one more time, so run over here and destroy everything on the right-hand side, and eventually you will find the terminal in need, which will actually give you access to this little room over here. So turn it on. Come on. Get it on. Spam, 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 spam. And it'll actually, like I said, open this up. And there's some gold. So go ahead and get your heat ray out and melt that. Melt it. You know, and then grab that final mini kit. So congratulations. If you've been following along, you have just got the last collectible for this level. And you are welcome to save and exit and Gotham. We are going to continue this because, well, we're studs, and we don't usually pass up the opportunity to smash Joker.
Oh, the multiplayer is on this. Cool. Jump suit, yeah, you know the jump suit. And reverse flash. Oh, green arrow. So I got green arrow and arrow. Legit, it's so good that the first couple levels are the star multiplayers. It's almost like the people who like made this game understand that that's what people want, is to smash everything and get all the studs, because they want to buy the characters and play as the characters. I think this is like maybe not like a Marvel level, but maybe Lego Avengers level where just so many fucking characters. Like, you can unlock, like, just alone we unlocked, like, what was it? John Steel, Green Lantern, Reverse Flash, and Green Arrow.
Me.
Can you imagine you could do that?
You finished the story, huh? Guess you're about ready to hang up your cape and call it a night then, right? Wrong. Don't forget about all that free play stuff you can do.
Well, they'll be able to fly. Freeze. Who knew I was playing this game? Season 5 would happen where... Alright, like... Legit... If they could potentially make a Lego Arrow type thing, or Lego Arrowverse, CW verse, and have it with like the same controls as Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, where like when you play as a dude with a crossbow, you can actually charge it up. That would be fucking sick. Playing as archers in this game is just dumb. Like you... What the fuck? Why do you have a sixth sense? Weird. Yeah, I'm gonna log off. I mean, it's so sick that what was it? The season pass was like $2, $3. I mean, it's cool that you can actually download characters to use, but then only a handful of them there's an application. Like with Green Arrow and that. But you just put with the character with a bow and arrow. Like, you could probably make that in the fucking customizer. Or like other cool characters like other Superman, other like the Batman with different abilities like that. The Zebra Batman to be able to be magnetic. It's fucking sick. What is this sinking city, mister? Ryan. Okay, there's so many people I know that has a Spider-Man background. So he has a dark spider suit. I have Spider-Man versus Spider-Man. If you go to my brother's one, he must have changed because see, I remember him being a shirtless one as well. Like, who had the shirtless one? Someone that had a shirtless one, I don't remember. But yeah, that Spider-Man game is one of the few games that have superb replayability. Like, it not only for the gameplay, but for the story. Sure, it's a story game, and like, if the story's done, there's nothing left to do besides getting a few collectibles and swing around the city. But it's arguably so fucking sick. 16th of the 5th. 4 AM, fuck. Ryan, Jesus. You did this all within the same hour? Man of Steel? Damn, you did you did 3 DLCs at 4 AM. Damn. Yeah, it's so weird that CW's Arrow, whilst like coming in for just a brand new CW show, you don't know it's a DC show. You don't. Only if you like see the credits sing or characters created from DC type shit. Like, you don't know. You don't know it's a DC character. Unless you're a DC fan and hearing that Green Arrow has a TV show coming out called Arrow, and it's like gritty and dark. But then, like, it took some people to legit, when season 1 was happening, I remember everyone was talking about the new TV show. Purely because of the salmon ladder. Like, I remember at basketball training, years and years ago. This was like when my brother was still playing basketball, and his teammate's dad. Actually, I'm adding in elements I shouldn't right now, but at that. It's at a local school. It's pretty close to me. Oh shit, what's the movies in this one? Only Ant-Man and Doctor Strange. I think Spider-Man's unlocked in here as well. Because in that hole, it's just one basketball area, one basketball hoop thing, court. So like the normal court, like hoop here, normal thing. Then there's like this. When you enter the door, it's like a 2-door thing. Enter it. And there's the court to the left and to the right as well. There's like this 4 and some up to 5 level, like these seat things, like the seats that are like the thick of like two steps or 3 steps. There's like a carpet ones of that with like like metal on the. Yeah. But then also, on top of the court having basketball hoops, on the opposite, on the like direct end, there's also another hoop and another hoop. In case, like, it's so weird. Like, it's 4 hoops in one court. Like, it's not like backup hoops. No, it's like just set up for like, okay, if you just want to shoot hoops and like people are doing other stuff on the court, you can do it there. It's so weird. I need to go back to see if it's still there because it's such a bizarre thing. But I got used to it because when my brother was doing practicing, I was on one of those hoops just practicing myself. But then this comes to the part of my story that's actually story related. There's these it's like a 4 ladder type thing, and it was like chained to the wall, so like it was sturdy enough for like a shit ton of people to be on. And at the top, on top of the ladder type thing, there was this bar that a lot of people, I think it's designed for like chin ups and pull ups, but it's like so high up, it's fucking crazy. It's like nearly the top of the it's not really near the top of the roof of the ceiling. It's like probably near the rim or a bit higher of the hoop. And when I was climbing that one day, it was like near the end, or it was near the beginning of one of the practice sessions. My brother's teammate's dad was like, it's like that arrow show with the salmon ladder. And I'm like, fuck. Like, because I was watching it, because I was excited for it, and I'd heard about it. It was like they were releasing a Green Arrow show. I was like, fuck, it's actually more famous than I thought. Like, legit, Arrow had DC fans and just fans of like CW shows in general, which is like a bunch of other people, because Riverdale is like one of the most successful shows, but it's still one of the worst in a sense, because they're still going. Did that start before Arrow and it's still going? But then when Flash was announced, sure, some Arrow fans watched that, but that was a DC show. Like, it's DC. Same with Supergirl and even Legends of Tomorrow, but Arrow is way more grounded. That doesn't feel like a DC show. It was the first season, sure, it had references to other characters like Oliver Queen, Laura Lance, Malcolm Merlyn, Tommy Merlyn, Lian Yu, Deathstroke. Like, it's like very, very subtle hints that it's actually a massive thing. But then when it came to season 2, that's when shit hit the fan. Because, like, was it the mid-season finale? Or the episode after that was one of them. Where am I fucking going in? We introduced to this character called Barry Allen. And my child brain, because this was 2013, maybe late 2013, so I would have been 11. Like, 11 years old. I think I was already at my school at that point, because I was at 2 schools, and maybe I was at school at this point, because year 2 would have been 2010, I think. So 2013, yeah, easily. Year 5. And I remember watching it. Barry Allen, it's like, that name is so familiar. It's so familiar. You know? It's so fucking familiar. Like, where have I heard the name Barry Allen from? Then I looked up Barry Allen, and then just the Flash and photos of the Flash came up. I was like, Barry Allen's the Flash. And I was freaking the fuck like, are they gonna introduce the Flash to Arrow? What the hell? Then lo and behold, at the end of the next episode, he got struck by lightning. I was like, what the fuck? They're bringing the Flash to Arrow? I was like, the Flash on Arrow? That's gonna be so OP. But then, because of that, it was almost like a backdoor pilot into the Flash. Because I think after that, they started shooting the Flash. Because was it the end of season 2 or mid-season 3? No, I think it was the beginning of season 3 where he woke up from his coma of Arrow. But then the pilot happened, and luckily that actually went through, and the season 1 was actually received well, because if the pilot didn't get picked up by CW or went through, the initial idea was to have Barry Allen's Flash on Team Arrow. The Flash on Arrow. Do you understand how fucking surreal that is? If the Flash was a permanent member on Arrow, sure, way more crazy villains would have appeared on Arrow. That's a certainty. Like, more like Black Siren type beings. But on top of that, because of that, we wouldn't have had... and maybe they would have introduced an Iris West later, but they wouldn't have an Iris West, a Joe West. They wouldn't have a Siska Ramon, a Caitlin Snow, a Harrison Wells. Like, unless they would integrate that story throughout, like, season 3 of Arrow or something like that, because as we know this timeline, it's when Eobard Thawne wanted to kill Barry Allen before he became the Flash, or something like that. But he couldn't. It was like he was running out of speed or something, so he had to create the particle accelerator in order for Barry to get his speed, and because then steal Barry's speed, or use Barry's speed to run to the future, run to get home. But what if what were the stories on Arrow gonna be like then? Would there have been an Adrian Chase? Would there have been a Ra's al Ghul? Would there have been a Damien Dark? Like, would there have been a Ricardo Diaz? Like that's so crazy to me. And like, would if we had Flash villains on Arrow? So like basically every episode of Arrow would have been a crossover event. Like how the crossover event in season 3 is. It's called Brave and the Bold, I think. I don't know. That would have been just fucking crazy. And yeah, and because of the Flash not being there, we wouldn't have been introduced to characters like Martin Stein or Jefferson Jackson, Ronnie Raymond, like the Firestorm. And because of that, like, I don't think Legends would have even existed. Because like a bunch of the characters that were in Legends originated from Flash, like Firestorm, Captain Cold and Heatwave, and that's like a good major thing. Like, otherwise it's just Sarah Lance, which is created for Arrow, because they wanted a separate Laurel type thing. It was weird. Sarah, Ray from season 3. Who else? Who else was from Arrow? I gotta look this shit up. Season equals. That was weird. I felt that and heard that. Oh, Sally. Crazy. Damn. It's crazy how the Arrowverse, like, would have been an Arrowverse, or it just would have been Arrow. Because I think regardless, Supergirl would have been made on CBS. I don't know if it was actually pre-planned that Supergirl was gonna be on CBS. Like, well, it's like, apart from Arrow being, if Arrow wasn't created, would have Supergirl gone ahead? Like, Supergirl, I think, would have probably ran for maybe 2 seasons or 3 seasons on CBS, then they would have pulled it. Because the reason why Supergirl, well, it's the reason why, like, shows like Legends and Supergirl had a lot of viewers, especially in the when Arrowverse was like in its prime. So like season 2 of Supergirl, season 3 of Flash, season 5 of Arrow, like the prime. Like it's early Arrowverse shit, even though it's like near the end of Arrow. It's crazy. So like Invasion. Like, the reason why, like, those shows had a lot of viewers is purely because the fans. It's almost like you're required to, like, watch the entire seasons or the episodes of the other shows in order to get the full story. Because, like, some things in one episode will be referenced in another. Like, for example, in Legends of Tomorrow, season 2 or season 3, they talk about this fight with like current time Vixen and not past Vixen, because they work with past Vixen in season 2 and 3. About the totems and Kawasa and that. And since I didn't watch Vixen, well, especially season 2, I had no idea, or I didn't understand that was a reference to anything. I just brushed it over. I'm like, oh shit, they actually referenced the cartoon? It's fucking sick. And that's like basically the entirety of Arrowverse. And that's why a lot of Arrowverse shows got a lot of viewers. Like, that's why season 1 of Legends did so well. That's why season 1 of Flash did so well. Because these were characters that were introduced in phenomenal shows as it was. Then there's episodes in those seasons that were crossovers. Like, in season 1 of The Flash, there was a crossover event called... Was that one called Flash v Arrow? And that was not even, like... Looking at Flash versus Arrow to what Crisis on Infinite Earths, let alone, like, Invasion was. It's such a leap. It's like... Brave and the Bold and Flash v Arrow and Heroes Join Forces, they're simple crossover events, like legit, Brave and the Bold and Flash v Arrow, it's just Green Arrow being in Central City in the Flash's episode. And in Arrow's episode, it's the Flash being in Star City. Like, it's fucking crazy. Like, and now we just think, oh, the Flash and Green Arrow, best buddies. But then it's still thinking at season 2 of Arrow and, like, just them doing, like, a character that could be some crazy thing. That's fucking crazy. That's legitimately like Captain America's shield being an Easter egg in Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2. Then, like, we didn't even know that Captain America would have been a thing. Then the first movie came out, and the rest is history. It's been fucking 12 years since then. Like, some of these major characters in Arrowverse and the MCU have just been Easter eggs. Easter eggs. That's fucking crazy. Like, Thanos, at the end of the first Avengers movie. Who knew that? Like, not even like a lot of years later, like, only 5 years. 5 years ago was fucking 2017, and that's when Guardians 2 came out, and Thor Ragnarok. 5 years ago. It's crazy. Because, like, Thanos was in at the end credit scene of the first Avengers. Then that was like the only, like, Thanos, a lot of people were like, who was that? What's that? Who's that? And now it's just commonplace. Thanos is this character that everyone knows. Like, I thought I was, like, unique and cool for knowing who Thanos was, like, pre-Guardians. But no, now everyone knows who Thanos is. And, like, everyone referenced the snap. Everyone does. Like, that's fucking crazy. How these tiny plot points become commonplace. It's fucking crazy. Like, Thanos was in the first Avengers in credit scene. Or mid-credit scene, one of them. 2 years later, he had the first full view of, I don't know if it was Josh Brolin, but first full view of Thanos in his chair. Then the next year in Avengers Age of Ultron, the end credit scene was, fine, I'll do it myself. And even in Thor 1, in the vault, you had a left-hand gauntlet. It's like, the fuck? Then in Thor 3, that was referenced saying it's a fake. It's fucking crazy. Like, that was an Easter egg for Thanos that only keen viewers would have seen or fans would have understood. And Thanos is a massive threat, and Thanos done, basically. Sure, Thanos reappeared in What If as a good guy. It's fucking... It's so crazy. It's so crazy the amount of shit they able to pull off. Then guaranteed in a couple years, like when Kang is done, or when like they introduce Fantastic Four to the properly to the MCU, same with the X-Men. Like there's gonna be like very obscure stories like Secret Wars and Secret Invasion that everyone's gonna know. Like not many people know who the Skrulls were until Captain Marvel came out.
And use Green Lantern to go ahead and suck up Mr. Adam West. That was a little weird. But and use Green Lantern to go ahead and suck up and use Green Lantern to go ahead and suck up Mr. Adam West. That was a little weird. But it happened and it's done, so we're moving.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my Wordles not on stream. Sorry, it's a bit too late for. I've been streaming for nearly 3 hours, bro. Fuck. Y'all want to hear a song that I've been fucking singing and playing a lot past few days? I mean, I forgot about it today, but then I re-listened to it. It's I saw Oscar Isaac do it. Oh, let's. Hippopotamus. 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 I don't know the proper lyrics, but it's fucking sick. I didn't mean to play it. Sounds like a Sherman song. Let me on stream. I've been playing guitar for too much. Bye.